following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. There comes a time in any given tournament where a breaking point has to be made. But then there's something on the other side of the door. It's a giant rock. Tough as nails, hard to break, need a lot of force, or else it won't move. Enter Ashley. Ashley's done the double. A good old trophy in the regular season, a good old Super League trophy, and looks for history. We've never seen someone get 3 trophies in a row. History can be made or broken on one simple statement. Do you have what it takes? And is it plausible? Well, anything's plausible in this league. Does the slipper fit? This fits so far, as the one Charles Sanford would say when making the bracket. And for Nick, this Cinderella run with a little bit of icicles down his polar bear cheeks has been his number one thing he's been wanting. He gets his chance at his first finale tonight. Ashley's been here, done that 3 times. Now she enters a 4th time, back-to-back in March, and a 2nd time in a row dating back to Super League. A lot's on the line. Bangkok awaits. A national holiday? For Ashley? Will be something more? For Nick? Will we always remember March 14th? Who knows what will happen and what's in store, but our first best of 13 in the year is about to start, and that's all we can ask for and adore. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the March Madness finale. We do apologize for the long wait. We finally got it in. I know we were supposed to get this going last week. Daylight savings time. Didn't get the graphics, scheduling. Got it back now. We're ready to rally the troops here tonight. And let's get down to business here. It's the March Madness finale. It's Ashley, Nick. It's Florida versus Ohio. It's going to be a good one. And let's start it up with how do we get here? Well, what a classic game that was. Myself versus Ashley. An absolute ninja fight. Fruit ninja, whatever you want to say. It came down to the wire. Ashley took the dub in a game 11. Taking care of business of the old shark. And then Nick, take care of a world champ himself in Ypez, the former one. What can you say? It's been an insane run for Nick. We'll get to his path, but what a great job for both of these players to get here. And let's start with this path of Nick. Well, how did he get here? Obviously, he won the Ravenclaw region. Took care of Seth, which was ironically one of his hardest games up to that Ypez game. And then he just ran the gauntlet. After that 4-2, smoked Jenna 4-1, smoked Andy 5-1, and won the rematch with Toaster Guy. In my opinion, his most sharpest game on table awareness. He was able to take Toaster Guy to the woodshed and find a way. Now here he is. And a record of, I know it says 18-5 on the screen. We didn't factor in the other game. It's because it's on the pod. But his record is 24-10. Now for Ashley, well, it was a little bit more of a scare to begin with. Started off with Eric and Alan. Eric gave her a tough time, just a power play for Eric, and this could have been differently, but took care of Alan. Pretty masterclass performance. Had that 41 crazy game in Game 6, 41-minute crazy game. Then took care of Logan in a sweep. Had to take care of harder opponents in Chomik and KT, the 2 seeds, and took care of business against both of them. And her record will be 24-14, as she almost enters the same record as last year entering this March. I believe she was 24-12, I think, or something like that. So very similar path for Ashley. I think it was 24-13. It's kind of funny. And as I said, she'll be making her 2nd straight March Madness. Well, I think the stage is set. It's going to be a light night. We like I said, we do apologize. I want to do, before I begin the broadcast, wish my best to everybody going through these tornadoes right now. There's big tornadoes in the States from all the way through Oklahoma to, I think the Midwest, starting to come east. So I do wish everybody the best with that. Hopefully everyone stays safe out there. Unfortunately, Austin Riders cannot be here tonight due to those said storms, and I think he also got caught up in other things. So, unfortunately, he's not here. But it'll be me tonight. I got Caesar, and we'll go to Caesar here. And Art couldn't be here due to, well, he was the backup anyway. So he was optional. But we'll go to Caesar. Look, man, I'm going to keep it brief here. It's a long night. This is the best of 13. Nick's never been here. We don't know what's to even think about all this, right? He's making his first finale. Ashley's been here, cream of the crop. You know, we both know a certain, I don't know, MM93. We both know that guy. But where do you compare Ashley in her career right now, making her fourth finale? This is gonna be a mind-blowing stat season. No one else has more than 2. Right? This is already a Hall of Fame career, and I feel like she just got here yesterday. Your thoughts on her enjoying this moment, but also being used to the moment with the finale, and how is Nick going to take her off her throne? No idea on what's going on with the access to chat. Everyone should be able to see that. I'll have Caesar look into that later. All right, let's start with the champ. Champ, look, I don't know what really else is there to say. You've been battle-tested this entire tournament, but to win 2 championships in a row, looking for it there, right, of course, the regular season and Super League, you're on a hot streak. The only thing maybe you have to think about, of course, is just maybe just having to understand Nick's play style a little bit. What have you done in this week's break? Because we don't normally play a finale ever a week after. Usually it's, okay, we get the finale, a third place game done, or we get whatever. We should have played, okay, maybe Sunday at the late. Now we're here on a Friday next week. Your thoughts on the layoff and what you've been able to do to stay fresh? And also the mindset, knowing you were here 1 year ago, or almost a year ago to the date. And we'll get that situation sorted. I don't know what's going on with that. But we'll go over to Nick. Nick, look, man, it's the finale, man. You've never been here in this moment. It's becoming more of a Cinderella story, right? As Sanford said. You've done a lot of great things so far in this tournament. It's been your first breakout run. But I want to know, man, a week layoff, right? How you compartmentalizing knowing this is the longest series you've ever played in your career, right? You had the best of 11 against Japan. This is it. Best of 13, 3 power play. We don't even see this in Super League because you only see this in T5, of course, because of the 2 power plays in Super League with the 13. So your thoughts on the moment here about them being store?
I'm not too worried about the best of 13 3 power play format. It's just more Uno at the end of the day. If I'm able to stick to my game plan, then it shouldn't be any more of a mountain to climb than it would say if it was this was a best of 7, best of 9, or whatever. Having that long layoff, it really allowed me to have this whole series of circumstances fully sink in, right? Because you're in the moment, you're in that player mindset of just taking on the next matchup. You don't really stop and think about what exactly this type of run is. Like, this has been unbelievable, insane set of circumstances that I've even gotten to this point. Nobody would have even thought that I'd sniff a Final Four, let alone have an opportunity to take the trophy here in March Madness. So a lot of it's going to be mental, being able to stay focused, stay on top of the on-table stuff. You got to respect the crown, but you got to also go into these matchups with a little bit of optimism, and I'm cautiously optimistic about my chances here. We'll see how things shake out.
I've been studying mostly. Thank you, Nick. I'm studying mostly. This break from Euro can't be on top of it constantly, or you're as equally likely to mess up that prize. All it takes, of course, and it's a balance, and that's really what this league is. It's a balancing act. We talk about the long layoffs, usually a week layoff. What else is there to say? It's usually you think a week layoff, round 1 or 2. But we'll see how it goes here. Well, as you said, Ashley's chaining a Hall of Fame career. Sam chain would just add even more lasting legacy. And Nick wants to. Yeah, it's gonna be a mental test for sure, and that's what I like to talk about with Caesar. Usually, it's about the mentality in sports and life, and I'm interested to see how this will go. Right, it's something. Right, we never see Nick in this situation. It reminds me a lot of me last year, but the only difference is I'm the league owner. I have 22 years of experience. Nick's making his first finale. I have no idea, of course, until he does a pro check, what his life experience is in finale period. Remember, I've been to finales in other sports and life, right? This might be Nick's first time building the platform, so we'll see how he builds the platform in game one. Caesar's going to set the game up. We did not set it up early because we thought we have a commentator, but that's it. We'll get it going. Caesar set it up, best of 13. As the rules say, it'll be 3-3, 2-2, 1-1, 1-1. This could very well be the penultimate time we see MCSR. Of course, we did make that rule change in the third place game. If you're just getting up to speed, Yepez and I tried it out. Obviously, that was a forced rule set. That's why we both got the bronze medal, which was rightfully deserved. Didn't want to have a medal come down to forced rules. And there you see the new turn indicator. First time you get to see that in action. And there's the power play. Only 2 times a year we see it. This one on the newly named Major T5, which whatever theme will be. And for that, I'll take the most famous words to Ashley for game one. All right, champ. You've been here so many times now. All right, 4th finale. Welcome back. It's good to have you. What we got for game one? I already know the answer, but let's just do it for prosperity purposes. Where's that OG full? Yeah, absolutely. OG full was coming. It's no brainer. All right, here we go. KT on the old commentary solo. We're ready to catch a flight afterwards to start T2. It's going to be a good one. But first, we got to take care of business. Does Ashley get her 3rd trophy? Does Nick get his 1st? We're underway in the March Madness finale with the yellow 9. And obviously, Caesar, you'll kind of just vibe with me, man, as you'll be my eyes and ears a little bit, right? It's the beauty of when I have no help, I can vibe a little bit as we'll go into a green 9. And we'll switch it up to Brian. Of course, reminder to the fans at home, it's gonna be a long one. 13 games. It's definitely a bruising task for sure. That's a classic crossover. See if Nick can vibe. Okay. Nick goes for the 0 sugar. That's all right, no problem. Austin Rogers texts me, no worries, buddy. It's all good. We've got a lot of people dealing with storms, so they wish them the best. Green 5 now over from Ashley. Let's see what Nick will do. He'll go up 3 of the Chomik. Green 8, of course. Chomik was one of Ashley's people in the path, for sure. And we'll go to a green 7. 1 down to Yepez. That was one of the people in Nick's path. Yepez, of course. Let's see how Nick floats this ID here. Obviously, the switching a little interesting right here early. You know, Nick known for a very patient styles. Will go over to blue. Just a little pump and dump. Let's see how Ashley will vibe on this one. Loads up. Plays the lane 7. Old table there. Nick up by 2. Here we go. And he'll just play with the bad Brad Blue Deuce. Of course, we'll see everyone reloaded back in a couple, hopefully days, or if not a week, for whatever we'll see in T2. Ashley goes over to that Clint Green, back to her. Into, of course, Gone Berserk. Let's see if Nick's got some more in the tank. Ooh, and back into yellow. Let's see what happens here. Into red. So now we're going a little bit down the old Rainbow Skittles path right there. First Skittles of the game. We'll see what Ashley will do here. Plays it clean. What's Nick got? he'll play clean as well. Both playing pretty clean here, Caesar. Not really much to say here. Pretty plan A. Here comes Ashley, though. Double play and keeps the game alive. So Ashley keeps the game alive. Let's see what it'll be from Nick here. Now he'll have a decision to make. First decision he's making. Pretty plan A for the most part. Of course, we saw a little bit of the back and forth with the switching over with our first Skittles, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Now Nick going to take a time here, as he usually does. Thinks to move through. Loads up here. Let's see what he does on the back end. Coming off that hockey background character. Double combo from the old D2 promotion squad up to D1 now. And he'll go for a possible finish into a yellow. So that could have been a good sniff. We'll have to ask that question. But he does throw some heat. Well, now let's see what Ashley will do here. Of course, 4 freshies in the back pocket. And I gotta think here, Caesar, right now. First +4, just scrolling up. Oh, Tapir joins us. What's up, buddy? Can't look at the chat. I'll get to after the game one. Look at the chat here, sir. I'll get to the card history here, Caesar. Really interesting, because we've only seen a limited amount of ammo. So we go back to red. So you wonder where if it's bottom deck or top deck. It's interesting to know. Oh, and there's a huge yellow check from Nick. Ooh, let's see. Nick looking for a game one winner. No power play used. Something to keep in mind. I don't think he'd use the power play there, though. Let's see if Ashley can keep the game alive. Goes for a triple play. I don't think Nick would dare do the move here. I just don't. Let's see if Ashley's going to just draw it. Okay, keeps the game alive. So interesting. But does prevent Nick from possibly winning the game. Oh, it does. Let's see, depending on this +2 top decker. Let's see what we'll do here. We'll just play it cool. So now Nick into the yellow. Ashley vibes with it. Let's see what he can do. Does he get it back to a +2? Off the +2, does he get it back to check, or is he drawing? Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. He got +2. What am I doing? Double +2. And there we go. We're going to draw city. Saying hi to Tapir. All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure, because maybe Tapir wanted to help commentate, but it's okay. All right, we'll go draw city now. First one. You know, Caesar, it's, hey, you know what? For both players, this is where they're comfortable. You know, we have seen in the past, Nick has never really shied away from draw city. Ashley is extremely good at knowing when to break off it and has a 3-possession lead. So we'll see how this one goes in both departments. Nick going to go for an old classic 1-2 punch, but with a skip combo into Sanford. H to Sanford. Ashley will run the, well, soon to be new card. Kev Shear obviously retire. We'll get a new card there. Very likely Logan. Nick into the Clint green. And Ashley back to the blue. It's a little undercut city. Plenty of action cards still left, Caesar. We got plenty on the table here, and that's what we want. Build it up here for sure. Nick going to take his time here, see what he's got. really going to take his time. Let's see. He'll go for the +2 combo into a reverse. So we'll 1-2 into a trips Peter, the old former March champ. Let's see what Ash will do here. Of course, went to blue. It's 1 +2 off the blues. Still waiting on the second one. And she'll take her time now. We talk about pace management. It's always something to keep in mind. Both players very good in pace management. Let's see what Nick will do here. Now Nick will take his time. And Nick, again, a player, as I said, he had an interesting road to get here with some more of these dominant wins, but we have seen in the past sometimes those dominant wins, you gotta know how to check and balance those wins, right? So let's see if he can find something here. And he'll play another clean card. A lot of clean playing here so far. Nothing really aggressive over the top. Here comes Ashley. Plus force. Okay. Throws a little heater. So Ashley back in front now. Let's see what Nick will do. He goes back to blue. Here comes Ashley. Nick going to go for the aggressive play there. Trying to get the ISO. Yeah, really taking her time. And Caesar, we talk about these moments here. You know, it's early, right? It's really early, and you gotta know when to cut your losses, right? I think that's the one thing I will say. You gotta know when to cut it, and I think okay, maybe Austin can come along with. Yeah, I'll tell him why not. Sure. Maybe get him at 8 o'clock. That's fine. I don't think we'll be done wrapped up. It's no problem. But you gotta know when to cut your losses here, and sometimes with these, and there's the decision there from Ashley. You gotta sometimes know when to cut your losses because a lot of the way the game is played is understand the balancing act of when to draw in these finales and understand when the luck is out, right? And that's, I think, the beauty of this game is you gotta know when to understand. There's Nick with a +2, and he'll keep the game potentially alive. We'll see what happens here now. And there's Ashley with a double play. It could have been over. So good play from Nick. And yeah, I was going to say, I'm just checking the scoreboard, make sure it works as we go into an 11-minute marker. Ashley into that old green 5 is this game. And it is on some number of fish, and Ashley's up 1-0. Just as Caesar gave the old money log right there. Wow. Well, I mean, Ashley, you remember that? You remember that when Chomik used to get some of those. I got that 7. But more importantly, I got to ask you on this question because first off, Nick's probably wondering, was that a good plus? So it wasn't a good +2 actually because you didn't have the finish. You had an offset number. Okay. So my question is the patience game, right? Talk to me about that yellow wild flush because really that's ultimately what won you the game. You saved whatever backdoor ammo was coming. You went back to red and you flushed Nick on that wild. Basically, you pulled out the lever on him and got him cards. Thoughts on that backdoor flush that able to enable you to get to the win? Because that was really the key to the game. Nick, you went for the break. I'm not going to fault you on taking a game 1 power play, right? You can't predict that, man. Right? You can't predict that. It's too early. But your thoughts on playing a little bit more aggressive, I would say, with some of the +4s and +2s. Did you want to send Ashley back? Was it a feeler, just the feeler style out? Let me know.
Yeah, it was just to make sure that she wouldn't be able to have an easy run to the end. You got to play offense and defense if you want to win these important games. I don't think I did anything wrong there. It's just unfortunate that the +2 gave her exactly what she needed to make that number efficient play at the end. So you can't really let that get to you. You can't let that really shake what your game plan is. You just got to take that L and move on to the next game.
All right. I don't really have much to say, Caesar. That was just classic, back and forth. Now I can look at the chat here tonight. Now the game's, Lisa's pretty clean on ammo. It is. It's not really ammo heavy yet. It's early, and for the most part, that was looking to be a Plan A game. So nothing really to say. All right, we'll go to game 2. I don't really got much. That was a pretty clean executed game from both. We'll see how this one goes, but I don't see much of an issue here. So we'll go to game 2. All right, Caesar's got the log. 13's off the board, Ash. Everything's free. Of course, it is MCSR, except the first win, of course. Yep, there it is. The old classic 13-12. Of course, Ashley gets 3 home games because it's the best of 13. Then Nick will get 3. And then we rotate 2-2. And then the old classic one-on-ones. We'll go to H-Skip as I get a little sip here. And I want to thank the fans for coming out tonight. Of course, a little bit tough, right? A little bit tough with, of course, the what is it? The tornadoes, the week break, right? So we are do appreciate everyone coming out here for sure. It's like my sip there. And now we'll go to DJ Curtis. So Nick gonna play aggressive on the switching early, and we have seen 18 switches combined now. So it's been a switch heavy game. As Ashley will do, I think, our first ditto of the game, not mistaken, or maybe a second. We did see Skittles that first game. Of course, a little bit harder for me to do that with no commentary. I'll just have to say the Skittles or stuff that pops off the old woodshed there. Now Ash, see what she can do here on this yellow deuce from Nick, and she'll play it clean. Nick seems to want the switches. We'll see. See if he switches here. But I'll play it clean. Here comes Ashley again. Plays a double play. First one of this individual game and has the lead. Nick going to play it cool. Just test her. And she'll play it cool as well. So pretty even Stevens right there. And Nick's out. Let's see, Draw City. Well, the guy who was supposed to be here on the commentary booth tonight, ironically. Back in it, well, good old Superior in the building tonight. Nick switched off the red. Let's see how this one goes. Red deuce. Let's see what Ashley will throw here. Plays a double play and then we'll +2. Let's see what Nick will have in store now. See if he tries to switch it. Or does he play this one crystal clean? He will go for the switch. And into the green 7 goes Ashley. Does Nick go for an undercut here? Let's see. Taking his time. Really taking his time now. Ash with the aggressive green switch. Had really not seen green, so they got to think this one through. As we go into Yepes, of course. Bronze medalist for March Madness. Reminder to the fans at home. Best of 13, so there's a lot of time to reflect on these games, right? Early game 1, we saw a lot of controlled ammo, I say. Very controlled. A lot of back and forth. A lot of switching. It's been the MO, as Nick will just play it clean. Ash will draw here, so let's see what Nick will have here now. As he play it clean, he's just going to draw back as well. And she'll draw back some more, and there we go. Now we'll We're going to Little Draw City. We saw this in Game 1, Little Draw City. Go back to it. It's been a popular trend. And Nick will get a top deck city. Okay, a little top deck. He's down 4 possessions, of course. Here comes Ash. Let's see what we get. And plays a triple play. Aggressive triple play. Okay. The blue. Gets into Bad Brad's blue deuce. So there's Bad Brad's deuce. And from the old Larahuo, one of the best cards in the deck, and of course Myth. And right now, Caesar, looking at this game, it's definitely a little bit different on the ammo with reverse skip meta. We haven't seen much of that. As here comes Ash looking for a possible sign the door at the check. Let's find out. Actually taking her time here as Rogers continues to keep in the loop. No problem, buddy. But, yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting with both players now. In terms of the ammo being a little split today, a little bit more aggressive, I would say, with the reverse skip meta going a little bit off kilter. As that is interesting. Actually going to go for a power play here. We talk about with 3, and 3 power plays is a little bit different tonight. You have 2 more in the back pocket, so you can play around with it. It's the only time, as there's the nom card, and I think we know where this is coming from. Number of fish. Back in its superior, it's Ash 2-0. Yeah, Caesar, I don't mind that, right? Because, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm thinking back, it's kind of crazy. I did that move last year against her where I won that game too, and that power play win saved me a lot at the end. So, Ash, you did the old power play there. Do you think tonight, with the fact that you've been here before with 3 power plays, you can burn one a little bit more, and you still got 2 in the back pocket, gives you a little comfortable saving grace? Your thoughts on that? Do you think a little experience too? And your thoughts as well as Nick playing more of this tactical approach, right, trying to get you to draw city early. Nick, I'm going to have to assume, man, pretty bad hand, but do you think you could have stopped it possibly, or were those early draws was just hoping for draw city? That was a good power play at the end of the day. Can't complain about that. No shot.
I mean, I would have stopped it if I would have been able to play another blue. I mean, I wasn't switching in that spot. I wasn't expecting her to have all blues at the end, because we draw it a little bit beforehand. But, I mean, it is what it is. At least we got a power play off the board. Game wins are still more important, though. And even though I'm down 2-0 right now, it's a long series. It's best of 13, so I got ground to make up. I haven't had ground to make up quite like this. Literally all tournament. Literally, the only time I was down the entire tournament was Game 1 against Seth. I lost, and then we got even
2-2. Right?
So this is well. I've been even a lot of times, but I'm talking about like being down in this. Yeah. So this is ironically the first in the finale. So I mean, I'm gonna have to adapt and see if I can claw my way back.
Yeah, usually saving. Yeah, and Champ, your thoughts on the early draw cities and pretty low ammo game. I just want your thoughts on that. But yeah, see, it's been low, but it's been very controlled, right? There's no. I always look at the card history and stats. It's kind of even, Steven. There's really nothing to say. Okay, a little bit more on Ashley with the switching, but nothing really to say. Pretty much did the business, right? Got the 2 wins on the homestand. That's really what you want to do in these finales, right? Get the homestand early and then try to... Yeah, I'm not going to shy away from... Of course. That's the risk you take with Draw City, of course. I would say pretty even games, Caesar. Just Champ up 2-0. Sure, 1 power play less, but in reality, it's March, right? And of course T5. Those are the 2 times all year you can use 3 of them, so you got a little power with that. And even with 2, it's still a pretty good idea to save 2 in the old back pocket. 3 is great, but you can't take them with you. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if that finale experience. Nick, of course, staying humble about it. See what we can do. Of course, he hasn't faced much adversity. This will be his first test in a while. All right, here we go. Caesar, we'll have the log. Ash, you know the rules. It's MCSR for now. No 13, no 12. What's it going to be? Course game 3. This is Ashley's last. We'll go 14. We saw this, of course, with really both series in the Final Four. We saw this upper tier management, right? A lot of upper tier stuff. Here we go. Caesar's got it in. Yeah. You know what? While we're happy Pi Day to everybody. It's good old holiday, right? A little fun. Obviously, there's holidays every day, but they're gonna play a red 0. Yeah, just checking anything else with the holidays. It's pretty cool. A couple out there interesting to say the least. Ashley goes into a red 5. Now a red 4 into Nick. Plays 1 down into Old Sapir. Seen that card a lot. Ashley with the red deuce. And Nick is going to draw. Okay. Into a blue deuce from Ashley. So she'll run the gauntlet there. And Nick will play it in the knob. Here comes Ashley. Plays an old clay in the lane. Plays it cool. And Nick will decide to go for the undercut. And I just saw that. I didn't want to say on ever yet. You get a pie, of course. Ashley will ditto that, no problem. And Nick will play a cleaner. Here comes Ashley. Taking her time now. And as we go to a red wild here. You know, Caesar, one thing I'm looking here, I'm just looking at I had a moment there, trying to do some different things with me being a solo broadcaster, is looking at these stats too. It's, as Nick will draw out here, you wonder in a game with 20 cards drawn, right, combined with the self cards drawn, you wonder how it affects both players. As Ashley goes for a little bit of an end around there. Interesting. You wonder how it affects both players, because with the end arounds, it's a little, or then with the self cards drawn, it's been an even ammo game. But then the wilds, the +2s and the lower cards are amount less, so you have to think, okay, how do you compensate for that? So I'm interested to see how both players compensate for these plan A yet strategical games. Nick goes for a classic. There we go. What was that? +2. Okay. This keeps the game maybe in check. We'll see. Now, Champ will take her time with 2 freshies. Tam taking her time. Nick, of course, talked about it, hasn't really been around much adversity this entire tournament, as going back to green. Plays a green 6, okay. Ashley plays a green 5. Here comes Nick. Let's see what he can do. Nick gonna draw out. Ashley into blue now. See what Nick will do here. Got a crossover, maybe kind of playing a crossover, who knows. See what we'll do. Goes back to yellow. So a good move from Nick. See what Ashley will do. Taking her time. Plays her own card. See what Nick's got. Nick didn't have any red earlier. And that's all he's got. Well, that's going to do it. That's going to be Ashley 3-0 as soon as Nick... Oh, Nick, you got it. Yeah, there you go. Okay. There we go. Ashley up 3-0, and I don't really know what to say, but Nick maybe on the +2. That's all I can think of. Ash, pretty... before we get to... Let me go to Nick here. Nick, before I get to Ashley. Nick, +2 right there, man. That was interesting because it appeared you just didn't have much going for you. You can't even say you didn't have any good end arounds because you had a lot of reverse skip meta. But was it just not enough to connect, maybe? Or you're just lacking on the reds, ultimately 3-color that iced you out? Because you had a lot of reverse skip meta that game. I did notice.
I had no red. I had that one yellow +2. I had no wilds. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to just not play the +2 and get her into a position where she can win the game even faster? I mean, I don't know. I'm doing everything that I can. It's just that she's able to get these wilds and ice me out on colors where I don't really have much of an answer when she gets there. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at least it's my homestand now. We'll see how the next games shake out.
Yeah, absolutely, your homestand. Ash, your thoughts on just the really been able to vibe with the switches and some of the wilds play? Was that a little momentum off that +2 that Nick gave? Was there some momentum built off that? Your thoughts on just how you were able to run the numbers and going? Pretty plan A right there for the most part. And I'll go to Caesar now. We got a little intermission as we wait into that homestand. Caesar, this has been a game where it's been upper tier, right? It's been the way the landscape, right, with Ashley. The +2. So the +2 got you the Y. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I'll go to Caesar. Caesar, your thoughts on the mentality of this game so far from Ashley, being able just to vibe with the colors and Nick. Not much on his homestand to work with, to say the least, but I think he's going to get back in the game. Go ahead. And then we'll get to game 4. I don't really have much to say other than that. It's been a pretty even game on ammo. It's just been more number efficiency has been the one thing that's been the decider so far early. Of course, Nick will get his homestead free board. It's the nice thing. Free board, of course. Allows you to do whatever. Waiting for Caesar. I mean, we'll see. That's something, you know, I haven't thought about that. Nick has been only playing upper. I know we had that one game, but we'll see. With Yepez when he pulled the rug underneath, but we'll see. All right, Nick, your call, buddy. It's free board. I don't know where we're gonna go here. So what do we got? Free board. We are gonna go. Okay. All right. We'll go to the OG classic play. We'll go to the Allen 9. All right, we'll go into Nick's turn here off the Allen 9. Comes Nick. And he'll go into a heat check already. Okay. Interesting. So a heat check from Nick already. So I'm trying to think here, Caesar. That's the first time we've seen that early wilds. I'm interested in that for sure. Maybe trying something aggressive. I don't know. Actually, back to red. Going to test out Nick's skip play. Let's see what Nick will have here. Oh my, well, not much you can do that. That was quick. Well, Nick, you got the luck there. I don't really have much to say. Guess you got your prayer answered on the 7, huh, Caesar? Yeah, they're not nothing to say on that one. I don't. Pretty much just ran the plan A. Nothing really to say. Unless you got anything, buddy. I got nothing, Ashley.
I don't have much. I don't have anything to say. Just got the hand.
Yeah, nothing to say there. All right, well, we'll go to game... I got nothing. All right, okay. We'll go to game 5 to Nick. Free board except for 7, buddy. What do we got? All right, we'll go 8. All right, we'll go into red 4 now. Back to Sapir. After that quick plan A game. Now we'll go into an aggressive switch here from Nick. Playing a little more aggressive, but obviously game 1 had the hand. I mean, the last game, his first hole had the hand. Not even a debate there. We'll see how he tries to off-kill just now. 8 cards. Well, you know, plan A games, sometimes they go back and forth. As Ashley goes for a little nick into Nick as we go into an 8. Into red now. Into a DJ Curtis. Ashley plays it cool. Back to DJ. And we're drawing out. 8 cards, sometimes you can bide your time a little bit. Into a green. Comes Ashley. Taking her time. Nick plays it cool. Now in a monkey. Nick gonna go for the power play. Okay. What can I get us to 3-2? He's gonna burn one there. All right. Oh yeah. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it always confused me. But yeah, you know, that always does because the one turn. Okay, well, Nick, good win there. Kind of another plan A win, man. I don't really got much to say other than really just the +2 off the bat. Did you get anything off that +2? Don't really got much to say.
Let me look. Not really, no. I didn't gain anything off the +2. I mean, I had those +2s originally, so the +2 just gave me 2 numbers. So, yeah, it's just being able to run the switches properly, getting a couple of fortunate switches. Had to use the power play there. Ashley was at 2 cards. I couldn't run the risk of her just having the finish right there. Even if she doesn't have the finish there, you just can't go home with these in your back pocket. No way.
I got you. Ash, I'm going to have to assume nothing really working there, just kind of more of a plan A, just rip it out there. Nothing going on there. I kind of figured. Well, I mean, that's really what, Caesar, you were right. The spark of, run the numbers right. The spark of life with these lower well, not even low, because low is low, but mid-tier package seems to be working. We'll see. We'll see how Nick does it here. We're looking to, we're going to go 6 for 6 on the homestands. That'd be something. But definitely plan A wins for Nick, for sure. These last 2 games have been plan A heavy, for sure. We'll see what he does here in game 6. Not much to say. It's hard to really get a read on this one for one. All right, Nick, no 8 this time. You know the rules. Everything's free. What we got? Back to 7, so we're doing this mid-tier. We're going to a yellow skip. So we'll go into the 1 down to Stefan. Actually drawing early. And we're going to draw city. Okay. Now this is where we really saw the plan A's become more plan B's with the draw city. We'll see. Caesar says, yeah, 5-6-5. We'll see. Like I said, new rule changes are coming with that. Well, I don't think we'll see that T2, so we'll probably see it T3, most likely. Ashley plays a 0 sugar, so they both, not really winking, but just kind of keeping each other in check as we really go back to draw. So that's how these low tier games can go. Sometimes you get the hand right away. Sometimes you gotta work for your hand, right? Comes the champ drawing back, and they're both drawing back. Well, now we're back into this plan C, D, E, F, G for sure. As Ashley goes into a Clint green 0 in the Jenna, of course, Clint green color. Nick gonna go nothing here. Now Ashley will run it. Nick still nothing. Ashley just going to keep running the numbers. Nick not going to do anything here, man. Still ice down the green. Interesting. And he's got when he's going to go for the green one. There could be nothing. This could be a straight nothing. We'll see. Ashley's got nothing. A lot of cat and mouse here, Caesar, for sure. They're going to go into yellow now, so break the break. And, well, there's the break. Actually, still nothing. In the red now, so we'll go into that. Back to yellow. Interesting. Oh. Back to red. Let's see if Ashley can fend that one off. So a little bit of crossover city and does. Little gamesmanship there. Comes Nick. Plays a +2. Now he's ahead. Ashley plays it cool. Nick will play it cool. And that's what you expect here. In the calf. 0 sugar from Ashley. Of course, the 0 sugars usually sometimes could be an enabler. And there's the Ed Ziemba. Ashley plays the blue 8. Now we're going to blue 3, and now we'll go into blue deuce. We'll go one at a time here. Back to bad. Back into that clink green, though. Let's see. That's where Nick was iced at earlier. Ooh, back into blue with the KT Wild. Comes Ashley. Throws a heat check back to green. Little Nick half here. Nick taking his time. Oh, goes for a double +2 sandwich. Oh my goodness. I don't got much there, Caesar. That was, yeah. I don't think you can do much there as a draw city. I'm gonna have Nick. Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, Nick, draw city being your friend there.
Yeah, draw city being my friend there. You just got to stay patient. You can't burn the +2s early. You got to build the hand, be in a position where you can really control things. Don't give her an opportunity to run the ISO or whatever once you have the hand. Simple as that.
Yeah, Ashley really had nothing there. See, I don't really got much to say, man. I mean, you kind of said it with the mid-tier. It kind of goes both ways, right? You gotta know when to go back to it, because we have said in the past, sometimes when it comes to this mid-tier package, it's a spark play. It's not meant for okay, we're here to win the series. It's meant to spark the energy one way, and Nick got it back. We haven't seen a single game won on the road, so it is something to keep in mind, because we're done with the 3s now. We're going to 2s, so we'll see. We'll go 2s now, and then we'll see what happens moving forward. But interesting. Your thoughts on that? Normally I have something to say, but it was a lot more. The first 2 he got the hands, and that one a little bit of draw city, and he got what he got, right? Get that going back for real. I got nothing. I don't really got much. We'll go to game 7 now. We'll be back to Ashley now. We'll see how this one goes back into favor. All right, no, Ashley, no 14. Everything is open. What do we got? We'll go back to the OG. Full. All right, here we go. Oh, my. Wild off the start. Going to be wild here for Ashley now. No, no way. She ain't doing that. No, don't. I don't think it's gonna happen, Nick. Well, we'll see. Well, this is going to be always gamesmanship for sure. But looking at the scoreboard here, right, 3-3 now. You know, Caesar, I got to think about this. With this game, right, when it comes to these best of 13s, right, because in most series, you think about this, it's a best of 7. And I remember this spot last year is, I think it was something like that, right? I think it was either 4-3 or, I don't know, 3-3. But no, I don't. Nick, good try, buddy, but Ashley and I don't think she's gonna spite. I don't think she's gonna spite me. Trust me. Well, not even just me, right? Heat check guard. There's a lot of people that don't draw. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely it's a culture war, but we'll see. So back to the old question here. You wonder now what could happen moving forward, because a lot of what you see, and it really does come down to just playing those efficient number strats. As Nick goes for a heavy aggressive switch there. And the green, he's going aggressive. It's too aggressive, though. We'll find out. Plays a green +2. So he gets his first Caesar +2 there. Taking your time there is Ashley, and you wonder with this game here, it's Caesar. I gotta think here with these homestands, man. Looking at the table here in the card history, it's been a bottom deck game. It's been a bottom deck game, and that's something that you wonder with the bottom deck games. I always wonder this. Is that the plan with the draw city? Do you want to force the draw city early, or do you want to play the patient game? Because now Nick, he's played the patient game twice, or I guess once, right? And it worked out, but that was on a lower tier. So now you wonder with the patience game, is he just gonna, I don't know, maybe just write caution to the wind, right? Because it's one of those things where at home it's different than when playing you're on the road. On the road, it's all right. Here you go. There's actually a +4 double play. It's going to green. Let's see what Nick will do here to keep the green. Got +4. Play the 6. And actually in the yellow. Does Nick cross it over? Nope, doesn't. Now she'll play the yellow 6. Comes Nick. Let's see what he can do right here. Nick really, he's been trying to play this draw city game. I'm interested to see what he'll do here. As he goes for a huge heat check quad play into a blue 7. So now I actually would think this one through. That was a massive, and that was the first. That's a huge play there. Actually, gonna have to think about this one. Just joining us at home here is Ashley takes her time just to kind of recap. Nick won the last three off of really just some good hands, and then he found a little bit of some top deck magic, or I guess you could say draw city magic in terms of the game 6, and now looking for someone to get a rogue one. We'll find out. So we actually won the first three, of course, at home. Really thinking this one through here, Caesar. You gotta think Nick just threw the heat check on the mother of all runs there. Down to deuce. Here comes Ashley loading up. Oh, well, she's going to fire right back. And gets the Uno. Definitely an ISO play, though. I think Nick's going to be like, okay, I see your ISO game. Because now they just doubled the ISO. So now they both do an ISO play. And I gotta think that for Nick, that was probably the right move, though, to do that, because now you force it and you wonder, okay, if you force it, it's basically just you're trying to play ISO game on both. So we'll see what he evaluates here. Waiting for Nick's play here, and he'll take his time now. It's calculated. It's what we talk about in these clutch moments. You gotta be calculated with the move. So I'm gonna take their time here. Goes into green. Nick looked for the ISO play himself. Into blue now. Oh, back to red on a cheat check. Oh my goodness. Nick's going to steal one with the heat check wild. Wow. It came down to the wild flushes. Well, Nick, that one I could say you definitely stole one for sure on the wild flush is good. Go win right there, buddy. I gotta ask though, was that an enabler? Was that a good enabler move on the skips? Was that really the enabler move to get the job done? Was that just trying to play ISO game?
I mean, I was just trying to, end things right there and then. I don't know what to say. It's just I got off the +2. I was able to get that. I was able to get those 4s, and I was debating between whether to play the green 4 or the blue 4. And I mean, I guess it didn't really matter in the end. She was able to get the wild off the top deck, but luckily enough, I had the wild in my back pocket too. So that was a really satisfying finish. I mean, the momentum's on my side, but I also got to remember who I'm facing against. Got to stay humble. Got to stick to the game plan. We'll see. We'll see. This is stressful. I don't like this.
Yeah, I hear you. We'll go to Ashley now. Ashley, I mean, obviously, the wild flush through the +2, you got the double 4. I mean, you really can't really say much there, and just kind of ran the numbers down most of that game. Thoughts on that game really coming down to more of that ISO efficiency, because that was really what it came down to, for sure. And now was it best of 6, right? Yeah, best of 6. Move forward. Interesting. It's been a game of momentum swings, Caesar, right? I actually won the first 3 and looked pretty good, and then all of a sudden it just went down to they're coming back with this 7-8-7. You know, it'd be interesting, Caesar, because this will be Ashley's last home game for a while. Yeah, number efficiency, yeah. It's been, you really could do. You kind of chained off that and go back from there. Nothing you can really do. It's part of it. That's the micro margins we talk about in this league, Caesar. It kind of comes down to just how do you find one game to get back in your favor, and that's the beauty of it. All right, we'll go to game 8 now. We'll see what Ashley will do here. Of course, got to get to 7, so still a long way to go. 6 more games possible. What's it going to be, champ? We'll go 15. First full send of the night. We go around the top rainbow and we don't even get the full send. So, first time we're going to send it tonight. Ashley taking her time. Of course, on her first turn, always does that. Going to red 5 now to Curtis. We'll switch action. Nick going to go around the rainbow himself. We'll see. Just need the blue for the old rainbow. Let's see if we'll get it. We saw 1 skills in game 1. And we're just going to get a ditto. So, instead, we'll get the old-fashioned quad 5. And we'll get the quint 5. Go quint 5 action. Okay. Red deuce from Nick. Into the blue deuce in the bat. Man, we are going all over the board, huh? Green deuce now. I can't even keep up with this, Caesar. What is this? 5s, 8s, and deuces? No, 5, 8, that's all we played. Skittles, we Skittles it right there. Back to yellow. Holy moly. That is insane, man. Into a yellow 6. And all we played is the same. That is insane. I gotta look at that. Let me check that CH. Hold on. That is insane, man. Back to blue. Who knows what they have now? Ashley plays it cool. A lot of switching. It's hard to know what's going to go on here. Nick going to be the first one to draw out. Ashley goes for a triple play. Into a red 7. Into a green wild. Nick plays the +2. See what Ashley will do. And she'll play a double, so there you go. Would that have wanted to? No, I don't know. I would have been to Uno. Hard to say on that one. Nick draws. And Ashley draws. So there we go. Nick with a green 8. Top deck magic. Ash draws. In the red now. Tie game. In the blue now. Nick iced on the blue earlier. Nothing there on the blue again. Ash plays it cool. Nick look for the switch. He just does a +2. Who knows if that was top decked. Risky play though to leave it open, and yeah, well, okay. Nothing there. So we go into the lane. There's the yellow from Ashley. I mean, Caesar, it's so hard to know because everyone was switching, so who knows. Now Nick will think this one through. See what it'll do here. Now the regular wild flush last time, that worked like a charm. We'll go for the +4. I think that worked, yep. In the green. Nah, it's going to take his time. Austin texts me, maybe we'll get maybe louder. Back into blue now. Plays the blue. And there's a +4. Back to green. Let's see what Nick will have. +2 again. In the yellow. There we go. Nice, Austin. Now in the red. Now we're going back. We're basically back to where we started, all over the board. Nick plays it cool in the red 0. Red 9 now from Ashley. Nick gonna go with a power play. Oh boy. Let's see what he'll do here. I only have one left, so he's just gonna go for the break. No call out, and Nick should get the win here. Yeah, he's going to go for it, takes the break. Okay. So Nick, one power play gets the win there. Really back and forth there, Nick. The +4 was able to enable you there. I think, was that earlier, right? You played that +4, was able to enable you to get the win. And then you were able to set up to number efficiency. Talk to me about the number efficiency to be able to work there to get the win.
The number efficiency combo that we had off the start was just insane. We had 5/5s,
Yeah.
we had Skittles 2s, a bunch of 8s. Yeah, I've just been, working the numbers is a huge part of this game, and I feel like that's something that I've been able to improve upon as the series has gotten along. And now I'm on this 5-game win streak. I'm back to where I've been most of this tournament. Down on power play, but up on the games won. So we're back on track a little bit, but again, you gotta respect the crown. You gotta stay on your game 1,000%, because again, she can make it real close real quickly if I'm not careful. And this time, hopefully, I am able to stay careful and not make this so close at the end, like the game against Ypres was. But we're probably going to be heading there, knowing how these sorts of series go. But we'll see. I mean, I'm feeling better than I was after Game 3. That's for sure.
Actually, obviously, you had I would say, pretty much the same hand in terms of the numbers, right? It was kind of a cat and mouse game. Talk to me about just the cat and mouse game. It's something that I haven't really seen much of the same numbers really in any game. So you think about it, we were just run 2s, 5s, and 8s for the damnedest time. I don't have much to say on that. And Caesar, looking at this game, Nick's flipped the script and he gets it back at home. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. It's definitely been a game of who's had the hands, right? The first 3 games was more, okay, plan B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we went to plan A, and then we went back to plan B, C, and then we went to draw city, and then we're back to these crazy 5, 8s, and 2s. Never seen some. The last time I saw that was, I want to say Brock and Nam were very similar way back then. It's the last time I saw the hands just being that damn close on numbers. I don't know, Caesar, your thoughts on this game so far? It's been back and forth. It's been a lot more back and forth on ammo in terms of the numbers, but all of a sudden, ever since Nick pulled that 787 out, it's been the momentum shift. I'll wait for Caesar's thoughts here, and we'll go back to Nick's homestand. We'll see what he does. No full send. I don't think he cares about that right now. Obviously, 1 less power play versus 2. That's something to keep in mind. Wait for Caesar to type it out. Caesar, there? Oh, okay, I got you, buddy. Yeah, that is an interesting theory with that. It is something that in the past has worked. We saw it with Captain. I mean, shoot, ask him. Definitely worked in T2 Aquatic April, for sure. All right, we'll go, Nick. Your call, buddy. Everything but 15, buddy. That's how it works. What do we think? Yep. I did not surprise on that one. Back to the OG. That's pretty much, right? We'll see what happens here on the blue 3 now. And Nick goes for a crazy aggressive play to start us off. Ashley plays it cool. Here comes Nick. He'll go into a yellow 1 now. So Nick double switch off the reverses there. Here comes Ashley. See what she'll do. +4 heat check back to red. Nick into green now. And Ashley's got no green. So Nick makes the break. Let's see if he wants Draw City. He does, yep. Figured that was going to be the case. We're going to Draw City now. He had a feeling Draw City was coming. Now we're really going to Draw City. We're going back. Nick into blue now. Make the break. Back to green. See what Nick will do. Run into the green. Well, I guess back to it. And okay, so now Nick and Ashley both going back into the draws. So similar to what we saw earlier with the first 7 or the first 8 card games. Undo. Back and forth we go on that. Draw City we go. Keeping it going. And now we're really going to go back here, Caesar. We're back to undo. First time all night we're really seeing the limits being tested. Could be a bottom deck type of game too on the ammo. Still drawing back. We have 20. Oh, good. Let's go 22. Comebacks are still 25 for now. I'll give you 2 more. Well, there's 0 sugar. And okay, there's the yellow 0. So Ash goes for the rare 0 sugar switch. Now we're going to Monkey Boy. And back to green. Ashley draws. Nick gonna try to get this into more Draw City? That'd be some. Nick will play the green 7 now into Ypez. So he's trying to play this ticky-tacky Draw City game. Ash back to yellow, so it's 2 color. In the Grim. So there's the trip 7 now. Pull the slots machines into the lane blue. Wait for Ashley now. You know, now you gotta think here, Caesar. Well, that's 100% some Skittles. With the number efficiency burning up and down, it comes down to who can burn at the last moment for sure. Red zero sugar. Back to the red 7, so that's double knight. Red 5 now. Back to green, so Nick really holding on to those greens, trying to use that as ISO leverage. But so is Ashley. So both playing that ISO leverage. Green 1 now. So once again, Nick's still been able to feed off this green and back to blue, and now here comes a numbers game. So there's a ditto. So now Caesar, it's you can see it's the same thing as that last game. It's going to come down to numbers and number efficiency. Blue 9 in the Nick's card. See what Nick will do here. Long way to go on the table. He'll play the blue 3. Back into green. So yeah, I definitely Nick's playing the ISO leverage on the rack the greens up and try to, I guess, go for more of that double ISO leverage. I don't know. That's definitely an old school style we saw in Super League 23. It hasn't been used in a long time. For sure. Looking at the game right here, Caesar, looking at this right now. I was just about to say, looking at the card history, really wasn't much ammo being played until then. It was really just a low tier game on who was hiding something. Now the question is, was Nick using that hide and dump strategy on the greens? Because it's the one thing I would see that he could possibly be looking at now if he was hoarding all those greens, but he's going to go into red. Interesting. Okay. Ashley in the yellow. There we go. Back into Acosta. She'll draw out. Nick down a lot of possessions though, so makes a little sense. Play the 3. Actually taking your time. This is definitely more of that longer game, Caesar. That's probably the second variety of these as we go into the KT Classic Blue. This is definitely the longer of the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards where you can get that longer game going where it's not that 5-minute or even 2-minute or even 1-minute plan A or less. Definitely the longer two varieties, just looking at the log. Not a surprise there. In the yellow, it's a good wild flush there from Nick. That neutralizes the wilds. The deuce. And red. Red +2 from Nick. Throw it in there. And into a red 9 and out from Kev. To a red 3. And okay, no neutral draw back. Yeah, definitely going to be headed to more of that Plan Z type of game now, Caesar. Who knows what they got now? Yeah, definitely. We're going back to those game oneers right now. Game 2s. Game 3 where we started. Or game 1, really. Game 1 we drew out, yeah. Back to a blue wild from Nick. He checked with 10 cards. Wow. Into a JT. We'll go down to Nom. And you got to think here, Caesar, with these Plan A games that we saw earlier, you wonder too with these Plan A games, how are you able to flip the script on these longer road games? And you know, Nick hadn't won one of those games earlier, so you wonder if he could be more aggressive on the 7-8-7, because that's the thing. We've seen these switches with Cap before in the past. Nick now playing some games. Who knows? Oh, huge play. It's a massive play. Wait a minute. What? Oh, it didn't register, right? Yeah, no, you're good. That power play. Yeah, that will. If that took that off, that's stupid, right? Yeah. I was gonna say. Well, Nick, I mean, you're one away, man. You're up 6-3. You won 6 in a row, basically off this crazy game where I have to assume this one came down to more Draw City? I mean, I'm going to have to assume you wanted to play the ISO on the green, and then Draw City came out. I don't really know what else to say there. The strategy's been working, man. I mean, let's face it. You've won every game except that 115 and 13. On this, every game at home has been the 7-8-7. Is that feel is just something you just feel you had to make the move? Because that's really what's been the move that's gotten you these wins. It's just that it's that mid-tier feel.
Yeah, yeah. There's two ways that a mid-tier can go. It can either end in a minute with someone just waking up with a hand, or it can go into that long, drawn-out Draw City, especially against someone like Ashley. So I was able to use the Draw City to build the hand. And once I got the hand, it was just a matter of getting the advantage on the, making her use stuff in order so that I'd have the hand at the end and the card advantage to where I only needed to run a few numbers before I could pop that big chain off. So, yeah. I mean, this has been an unreal momentum swing from game 3. Just one more. I don't know what to say. We'll see how things shake out.
I mean, actually, you've been in situations like this, unfortunately, with the cap situation where the 5-6-5 has come back. It came back to bite you in the past when we did that 5-6-5-6. But the only thing you got going for you is 2 power play. I mean, what's been the? I mean, I was just getting straight numbers from the draw. I think I could see it, right, Caesar? Could you look at it? The only thing you may have had off the top was those +2s, but at that point, someone's got to be hoarding the ammo. Nick did a good job on that green ISO, but that's looking back at the game. Yeah, good wild flush, but
did we even use a single wild +4 that entire game? I was expecting Ashley to have at least one wild +4. So
bottom deck, man.
I don't even think we used a wild +4.
No,
because I didn't. I don't think I did.
No, I don't think. Let me check. It might have been off the top. It might have been for that self-defense to green. I think it's the only time. But that wasn't even part of draws. That's got to be from the OG sender hand. Yeah, that's from the OG hand because you were trying to play double Wild City.
Yeah.
I
wasn't expecting to have the better hand out of that.
Yeah, this has been a weird series. There's no doubt about this one for sure. It's been a game of momentum for sure. The previous series Knicks had played where he was just dominating, he just straight flat, he took him to the shed. This one's definitely been momentum. We'll see what happens. Will be Nick's last call for who knows. We'll see. It could be the series. Just no 7. That's it, Nick. Everything's free. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising. Here we go. 8 cards. Let's see what happens here. In the red now. And, well, there's the rain. No, well, I won't say that yet. There's the trip switch. Oh, well, there's a. This isn't. Caesar, listen. I've never seen that many amount. We've seen this at least 3 or 4 times. Just same numbers, man. It's crazy. I have not seen something like this in a while. Nick goes to the green 1 here. In the red, back to red. In the red, back to red 4. Goes for the power play. Goes for the, okay, so that's the classic, just hibernation play, I call it. Tie the game. In the yellow. Does prevent Nick from doing a power play, though. In the green wild. Nothing from Ashley. Is that Nick for the win, or is that just Nick for the self-preservation? Yeah, it's Nick for the win. I don't think Ashley could have did much there. Well, what a Cinderella story this is going to be. Nick from nowhere to somewhere, man. You know, he came from the shackles of nowhere last season to a March Madness champion where no one thought was possible. As long as he gets the call right. There. Oh my God. Yeah, not much you can do there, Ashley. I don't think Nick.
Oh my God!
Strategy worked. That's all I can say, man. You took advantage of the rule set. That's why it's there for a reason, buddy. Because let's face it, the first 3 games you were nowhere, but then you went back to that one thing that we had seen in the past, and you got the win. Talk to me about the momentum, because really Game 6 is what won you the momentum, the momentum contest. Or no, Game 7 when you won that first game on the road.
Yeah, you just... Oh, my God. I don't even... This is insane. You just got to take your opponent where they're not comfortable, you know? I know Ashley, she really, really loves the high card stuff, absolutely hates the low tier, so I'm like... It's like... I was down 0-3, and like... And it was all in the high stuff, so you got to shake it up a little bit. You can't just keep on running the high stuff, even though the high stuff is what I prefer. You got to take your opponent where they're uncomfortable, and once you get the momentum, I was just able to get the stuff off the draw city and able to use that patience game I've been using all tournament. And yeah, as soon as I was able to get back into that comfortable spot where I had the lead, minus power play, but the lead, I was just able to get the hands. Fair play to Ashley. I mean, as far as I could tell, she did everything. She did everything that she could. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how this happened. Who let me win? Who let this happen? Who? I have no words. I have absolutely no words. I'm just absolutely floored. I think everybody who ever believed in me. I think literally it's. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm stumbling over all my words. I'm sorry. This is just
all right. Let me get
unreal.
Let me get to Ashley real quick. I got something. Champ.
She left BC.
I don't. I don't even blame her. That. I'll ask her post game. You know, Nick. Really, that's been the one thing in your game, man. You have, like you said, the mid tier was something that. I'm trying to think when you used it.
I used it against Seth Cole in
other than the Seth
round one.
I know Toaster Guy because Toaster Guy went to the low stuff naturally, right? I'm trying. You usually went
right. I
wasn't there for
he
Andy, so I
low
can't
too.
comment on that one.
I don't.
I
can't think of the other game. The only other time I tried it was against Ypez, and the one time I tried it, I lost like epically.
Oh yeah. I gotta remember. I think it was 7. Did he do? No, was it? Might have been 7. He might have did 7.
It was 7 cards against
you.
Ypez.
I got to check on that. But your thoughts, man? You're now in Super League. You just won yourself a trophy. You beat the world champ in interesting fashion for sure. We had not seen a finale like this since that T2. Ironically, where actually was the player. I guess I can't count the Tago Brock. That one. Brock was playing poker. Tago was already locked in the Super League. We can't really count that one. But your thoughts on just using that strategy, man, because that's really what won you the game, for sure. It changed the whole flip them up. Do you think the way the tides work in your favor, maybe that's something to look into for sure?
Yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to. I mean, if you're able to beat the number one player in the league with that, I mean, it's definitely something that you're going to want to look to replicate further down the road. What else did you ask?
I said just, I think it was just the, locked in the Super League. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's insane. The goal for this year was getting into Super League. So I've already done that. So, like, what do I even do the rest of the year? I don't know. I guess I gotta defend the crown. I got a T2 theme to look forward to. I don't even know what I'm gonna pick for that.
You gotta pick soon, by the way. We need that tonight.
Yeah.
or else we're going to be delayed 3 weeks. No kidding.
Yeah.
We got to get.
I understand.
We got to get something picked. But
this has just been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for everybody who ever believed in me. This doesn't even feel real. This is just the best thing that could possibly happen.
Just leave a quote. Yeah, I mean, and I'll go to Caesar. Caesar, I hadn't felt this feeling in a long time. Remember, we had the experimental rules. That's other than that we saw the Yepes KT third place game, but it hadn't been since that Cap series where someone had exploited the 5-6-5, right? And you'll wonder in this age of Uno where, let's play it upper tier, right? You play it straight shooters. You think more people would have done that. Now I know Ashley had someone go low. I'm gonna have to look back at the tape. The only person I think that tried, looking back at the data, might have been, I want to say Eric, maybe? No, Alan. Alan was the last person to do that, but Alan just got torched on, I don't know how he lost with 12 wilds, right? So that's something to note. But your thoughts on this game, because it's definitely, of course it was nothing like last year's March finale. It wasn't like the T5 finale from 2024 where that's kind of okay, we both knew we're in Super League, right? Your thoughts on this, because this is something that we have seen, but we don't know how to react, right? Because it's happened twice now. So your thoughts on that. Nick, for you, man, any final thoughts? And your journey, man, look, it came from basically the ashes, man. I hate to say it, but you were nowhere. You had
you're
some
right.
crazy, dumb losses. Obviously, we don't really count the lane. That was a completely different platform. We had the Abion loss, completely different platform in the sense that was your first March. Now you're now, I believe, the only guy. Well, no, second guy, right? Because Alan's got a medal. But yeah, you're the only guy with Alan in the novice class is now the favorites. Your thoughts of being a favorite, but the only difference is you're locked in. Alan and Stingray and ALP, the other favorites, got to scrap the rest of the year.
It's gonna be a tough transition to go from the underdog to the favorite, but I always knew that I had the capabilities to be a top player in this league. I had a really rough 2024, as you said, with the Abion loss, the lane loss, not even to mention the Brock loss. I was just completely toasted from that, and the Toaster Guy loss where I was playing 5v1 on that old bot. But it's just it gives me a leg up on the class championship for sure. But starting from now, I'm gonna have to take the rest of the year to start looking into, okay, I'm in Super League. How am I going to take my game to the next level once we get into Super League? And I think that's another big bonus of being able to get this ticket straight to Bangkok right out the gate, outside of all the other stuff that comes with winning a tourney. But come on, man. Come on.
That's all extra stuff. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
That's the host. Yeah, we'll take care of you there. Don't worry about that. And Zach.
Yeah. But yeah, this has just been unreal. Again, shout outs to everybody in the Uno scene for having my back. I love all you guys. This community is just amazing. I just feel right at home, and I wouldn't trade it for anywhere else.
I don't got any new graphics tonight, so we're just gonna. Usually I would have something, but of course I think Short might have lost power too. DMU lost power, so nothing new. But we'll kind of just go off the. I guess we'll go back to the pod bracket. It's Nick the champion in March. He joins myself and Peter, so. Guess I can say, Nick, congratulations. This day forever will be a national holiday. I'll sign that into law right now. There you go. No, I'll take care of you, buddy, on the back end. That's my job. So congratulations to Nick in probably one of the more interesting finales we have ever seen. Dating back to that T2 finale, I would say, with Ash and Cap. It's been a while since we've seen something like this where someone ran that lower tier and got the job done. But Nick found a way to play the exposed game and got the win. For all of us here, I want to thank at least Riders for giving it his best try. I want to give it a shout out to Artie couldn't make it, unfortunately. But it was, and Caesar, of course, reffing. It was Nick Slick. Nick gets the job done, and in a crazy fashion, got the job done in what was almost a similar run last year to the last year's winner myself. 31-13, pretty damn close. I think it was 31-11. So history repeats itself. It's the second time out of 3 March Madness we've had a 12 seed overall or a 12 seed in general win a tournament. So second time, but in the modern era, of course, a 12 seed in Peter's case would have been a 3. So hard to compare, but there you go. So 12s are lucky in the odd years. Keep that in mind. Congratulations to Nick. I'm sure he'll celebrate that, and I guess I'll do this one thing. Because I was going to say this for the winner, whoever it was. So Nick, I'll say this quickly. Sawati Cup, Sabaiti Mai, and that's basically Bangkok. I forgot to say that, but basically in tides. Hello, welcome to Bangkok. How you doing? So Nick will be on that first class plane ticket. We'll see him in August when we start to get in the prep for that late August, September. For Ashley, we'll see what she does in T2. For all of us here, we'll see it back. Unknown right now. We're going to try to get this up to speed as quick as and get a quick turnaround. But for now, we're out for a little bit.